All right. Welcome to the Final Third Galaxy Podcast, episode 5, where we high press on the news, the tactics of the club we love, the LA Galaxy. Today, we're covering the latest Galaxy news, which includes the 2025 Team Awards, some Academy prospects heading to the U17 World Cup. Marco Reus sits down with Cobi Jones and a season wrap-up, as well as a look ahead to 2026 with an early check-in on MLS offseason moves where the Galaxy is, well, expectedly quiet. Let's get right into it. I'm Eric.
I'm Chris.
Let's see. Team Awards came out.
They did.
This is my... We're done. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look at the Team Awards. We gave out our Team Awards.
We did. We gave out our awards. Our award show was last week.
And we came really close to not matching anything. Wait, I think we might have not matched anything.
Other than talking about, I think, one of these awards. Granted, we only talked about it. We didn't actually give it out. But, yeah.
Yeah. In retrospect, we should have called our team MVP Player of the Year. But, you know, live and learn. Yeah. So, here we go. Player of the Year is Diego Fagundes. It should be said here, because the first question was, okay, who's choosing these? Well, it says... where does it say this?
Media voting.
Yeah, media voting. What is it? The exact phrase? Is it down at the bottom?
It says media voting conducted by LA Galaxy Communications. Media
voting conducted by LA Galaxy Communications. I don't know what that means. So I don't know who voted, who they are, who the media, how many people, no idea. But they voted LA Galaxy Player of the Year, Diego Fagundes. I'm going to read this little excerpt from LAGalaxy.com. In his third season with the Galaxy and 15th in MLS, Fagundes totaled 9 goal contributions, 6 goals and 3 assists in 32 matches played, 29 starts across the regular season. Fagundes led the club in key passes, 51, crosses, 23, and earned a 90% accurate pass percentage. Fagundes also joined the 70-75 club with 75 career goals and 75 career assists, making him just the 8th player in league history to reach the 75-goal, 75-assist landmark. With his start on May 14th against Philadelphia, Fagundes became the youngest player to make 300 MLS regular season starts. Wow, I think I heard that this year. That's kind of impressive, though. Youngest player to ever make 300 MLS career starts.
That's quite a career resume.
It's great.
Well, the whole 75-75 club and 300 career starts while being the youngest to do it, that's a pretty good career.
It's not too shabby. I'd take it.
No.
I'd take a single goal in the professionals, but, you know. I don't know. It's kind of surprised. I would never have chosen Diego Fagundes as my player of the year.
I wouldn't have either. I obviously didn't.
We obviously didn't.
We didn't.
Hey, go watch episode 4.
Because you picked Surreal, I picked Gabriel Peck.
Right. But to be fair, it is a tough season to pick a player of the year.
Yeah, it is.
I can't fault choosing him for player of the year.
I can't either. But number one, I would love for next year for us to be included in this LA Galaxy Communications, so that we have a say in this.
Yeah, I mean,
number one,
we have like an average of 10 listeners every episode. They should definitely take notice. Boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
Cool. Fagundes Player of the Year. You know what? I think because with his availability, I mean, you did pick him for one of your awards in terms of the Iron Man because of how available he was, how much he played, things like that. So I can see that for, consistency, if consistency is part of this. So
I could see choosing him. I don't think he had the best year. No. I mean, 6 goals and 3 assists for an attack-minded player. Now, granted, he was asked to do some more defensive responsibilities this year, but not a great year. But I can't fault them. But let's look at LA Galaxy Defender of the Year, John Nelson. I'm going to read this. In his second season with the club, Nelson appeared in a career-high 31 matches with 24 starts. A defensive mainstay, Nelson won 36 aerial duels and 22 clearances. He also recorded a career-high 3 assists. Nelson had a season high of 3 aerial duels in the Galaxy's wins over Kansas City and Minnesota, while ending the season on back-to-back 2 clearance games against FC Dallas and Minnesota. He was also a starter in 2 of the Galaxy's 4 shutout wins in 2025 across all competitions. That might be the worst "you won an award" paragraph ever. He had 36 aerial duels won. Can you believe that?
For how tall he is, I can't believe that.
Well, I don't even know what that means, because how many aerial duels does anybody else win? Like, does he have 31 and Yoshida has 9 million? I'm not too impressed. Or does he have 31 and Yoshida has 46? Okay, I'm impressed. It seems weird to just throw a stat out there. The same thing with, he had 22 clearances, Chris. Okay, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Compared to what? Like, what is that a good metric to say 22? Is that common to be like, man, dude, did you see Nelson? He added another clearance. Therefore, defender of the year. It reads weird to me.
Well, I would like to know how, like, what falls under the category of an aerial duel.
Right.
Is that just a ball was in the air and you headed it? Number one.
I'm assuming there needs to be an opponent there.
I was going to say, like, is it an opponent within like a yard?
Yeah, I don't
is it
know.
an opponent within 3 yards?
That's just a weird stat. Have you ever heard that anywhere else?
I
Ballon d'Oro is Cristiano Ronaldo with 87 aerial duels won. No one uses that metric for
I will say,
player of the year type of
for
awards.
player of the year. No, that you see that a lot now in like the advanced metrics. If you're looking at
but I just think it's weird
players
to list it here, as well as, did you know he started in half of the shutout wins? Well, is that great? Shouldn't he be in all 4 of the shutout? I don't know. It's just picking stats for the sake of picking stats, I feel like.
Yeah,
so it seems like to me, both these awards, John Nelson for Defender of the Year and Fagundes for for Player of the Year, are just, they played a lot of games and were key contributors throughout the entire season. Which, okay, I mean, there's something to be said for that. We talked about that. You chose John Nelson as your Iron Man, and I chose Fagundes as my Iron Man. So we chose the 2 of them.
Yeah.
But for that reason. And it seems they're being chosen for that reason for these awards.
It's very interesting.
Okay, I have this to say. If you, I don't even know how to say this. If you are going to choose John Nelson over Garces on your team ever, then you are insane. I understand Garces was hurt, but if you chose John Nelson over, whatever. Okay, congratulations. We like him. We both chose him for awards. It's just weird to choose them for Defender and Player of the Year.
Okay.
LA Galaxy Humanitarian of the Year, Mauricio Cuevas. So Cuevas has been consistent in his support of the community alongside the LA Galaxy Foundation. Among his many contributions to the community, Cuevas visited and spoke to Coachella Valley Unified School District migrant students while in Coachella for preseason soccer at the Coachella Valley Invitational. He also donated $5,000 to their programming. Additionally, Cuevas passed out clothing and goods at the Fanatics Fire Relief event at Dodger Stadium, helped donate new gear to Palisades High School soccer team, and attended Special Olympics signing day to welcome our new 2025 team. Furthermore, Cuevas assisted the LA Galaxy Foundation in donating new soccer equipment to Para los Niños charter middle school soccer teams and funding their program for the next 5 years through the Campeones Cup Legacy Project. This offseason, the LA Galaxy Foundation unveiled a futsal court in his name at his elementary school in South LA. So if you didn't already love Cuevas,
what a guy.
Now that, to me, that reads as an impressive resume for this award.
Yes.
I would have liked the other 2 to be written a little bit better for why they won those awards this year. I know it's a tough year, but I think I have, let me see if I can pull up the futsal court here, because it's kind of cool just to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's Cuevas speaking at his old elementary school. This is on, what is this on? I don't know what website this is. It's 3BL Media, famous 3BL Media. And there's a futsal court. That's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
So at his elementary school, he helps get this in. And that, I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Give the kids a place to play. I like it.
I think it's great.
For a lot of the stuff he did, yes. Humanitarian of the Year. I like it.
I like it. I think he obviously deserves it. Golden Boot, Joseph Paintsel, no one votes for that. He just wins it.
That's an easy one.
And we talked about that. 10 goals scored. He wins it. So we got that one right. No, we chose him for offensive player. No. What did you choose Joseph Paintsel for?
Offensive player of the year.
What did I choose Joseph Paintsel for?
Offensive player of the year.
Congratulations. You win. You're correct. And then LA Galaxy Academy Player of the Year. This is interesting. Dylan Vanney. Greg Vanney's son. Vanney, 17, was named the 2025 LA Galaxy Academy Player of the Year after helping the LA Galaxy Academy U19s defeat Cedar Stars Academy Bergen 3-1 in the final of the 2025 U19 MLS Next Cup on June 22nd. He scored 3 goals in the tournament, including 1 in the final, and was named to the 2025 MLS Next Cup MVP. That's pretty impressive. Vanney is part of the age group that completed a three-peat in the MLS Next Cup over the last 3 seasons. At the international level, Vanney was recently called up by the U.S. U19 men's national team for training camp in Spain. For Ventura County FC this season, Vanney scored 5 goals and 3 assists in 26 matches with 25 starts. Okay, cool.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Of course, Greg Vanney, the head coach, was a left back for many years. And he has I think he has 2 sons that are playing in the academy. And Dylan Vanney wins Academy Player of the Year.
With that resume for this year for being in the academy, I'd give him that.
Oh yeah, he was named 2025 MLS Next Cup MVP.
Yeah, that makes that pretty easy.
Pretty good. It's also nice to see our academy doing well. A 3-peat in MLS Next Cup. Now, does that translate to first team players in a couple of years? I sure hope so, but you never know.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Some of those players, hopefully in the next couple of years. Especially if they're going from the academy maybe into Ventura, or they've been maybe up and down. Because it said that Dylan, has been up and down, had time for Ventura. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take I don't know if this is going to show up too well. And it's not. Let me increase the font size here. Let's just take a look at Golden Boot winners. We kind of talked about this last time. So this is Joseph Paintsel's the Golden Boot winner this year with 10 goals. We have a down year.
Yeah.
Dayon is Golden Boot winner last year with 19 goals. That's a pretty good count. The year before, we have another down year, right? We do not qualify.
No, we
did not qualify. Ricky Puig is Golden Boot winner with 7. And then Chicharito with 18 the year before that. Chicharito was 17. Christian Pavón with 10. That was a down year.
Yeah, because the Chicharito with 18 goals was a playoff year. Chicharito 17 goals was a non-playoff year. Yeah. Because the last 5 have been with Vanney. So Paintsel at 10 with no playoffs. Dejan at 19 with playoffs. Ricky at 7 with no playoffs. Chicharito at 18 with playoffs. Chicharito at 17 without playoffs.
That was a tough one, though. That was last decision day we lost that out on that, I believe.
Yes. But 17 goals in a down year. Yeah. And then, then you look at.
But I'm just bringing this up because you can see that when your Golden Boot winner's 10 goals, it's going to be a long year, I think, as it plays out here. Ricky Puig was 7 goals a couple years ago, and it was a long year. The Defender of the Year reads even stranger sometimes. John Nelson this year, Mai Yoshida last year, which that tracks. I think he did really good. Caligari the year before that was a down year. He was on loan, remember? He tore his ACL, and then we were like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, we never saw him again.
And he was really good. That was the down year. Jonathan Bond,
in the
Defender
playoff
of the year, in the playoff year. And then Julian Araujo for previous years before that. It's kind of back and forth. I mean, Araujo I can definitely see. Who was the center back for Bond? It must have been
was that post Yellow Van Dam? Or was
yeah,
that...
oh yeah, that was way post Yellow Van Dam.
Well, okay.
So interesting. Okay.
Was that a Daniel Sturridge center back?
No.
Year?
No, that was a long time ago. Your years are way off.
Okay.
And here's player of the year. I spelled Diego wrong. Diego Fagundes, and then Ricky Puig the last 2 years, then Chicharito for 2 years, and Pavon. I think that kind of tracks, but I don't know. Do you put Diego Fagundes in the same boat as Ricky Puig, Chicharito, and Pavon? I don't.
Well, let's see. 2025, Ricky doesn't play. 2022, Ricky got there late.
Yeah. Well,
and then
I mean, yeah.
those other two. You know what? It's one of those things where other than 2 guys with 15 goal contributions, who else was a standout?
Yeah.
Marco Reus before he got...
I'm just saying on a down year, you could tell kind of from the winners it's a down year too.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, that's just the team awards. I think our awards are better personally. I mean, for sure, right?
I like my award better.
Yeah, me too. I like your award better too.
You didn't pick any slouches either.
Okay. So let's look at some just upcoming schedule. I moved this ahead just in case. I think this is kind of important. What's happening in Galaxy Town right now? And even though the season's done, we have a couple things coming up. We have our game versus Club America on Saturday, November 15th. You can get tickets to that. That's home. I'm not sure how much tickets are. They're not covered in season ticket packages, so I don't have an automatic ticket. But it's a game you can go to. I think they're going to take that. I think they'll take that pretty seriously. I don't think they're going to be playing like a second team. They're going to be playing a first team.
Yeah, I think that's something that Vanny would like to show well against, and probably the players of, hey, let's show against a very big Liga MX powerhouse. Yeah, what we can do.
How's Club America doing this year?
I would have to look.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, that Champions Cup draw.
So we have a Champions Cup draw then. So we have Saturday, November 15th, we got a game. And then you wait a couple weeks. And then Tuesday, December 9th, we have a Champions Cup draw, which has a lot of implications for Galaxy's season. What are those implications?
Well, the biggest one is obviously who do we play in the Champions Cup?
Right, obviously.
But then because games start in that January, February thing, the last few years we've been competing in that Coachella Valley Invitational as kind of a tune-up to the season. But since we're in the Champions Cup, if the games either A, overlap, or B, get too close to CVI, we're not playing Coachella.
Yeah, which is a shame because I think a lot of fans like to go to the Coachella games.
It's a nice thing because you can kind of make weekend out of it.
Yeah,
weekend out in Palm Springs during the winter.
Yeah,
it's nice, good weather. You get to see some players.
Yeah.
I think also it's very nice because you kind of get a little up close and personal.
Yeah, you get to get some autographs. You get to see the players. Yeah. They're a little bit more personable.
Yeah, it's a cool.
You could catch a couple different games at the times.
Yeah,
it's quiet, which is nice. You could hear.
Yeah,
it's really nice to hear the players like how they play and the way they're communicating.
Yeah, because there aren't a ton of fans.
Yeah, so yeah, they might not be playing in that invitational, depending on how that Champions Cup draw goes and how those schedules fall out. And then we have some more scheduling news. In what they are, Galaxy will return to the Open Cup in 2026. We were not in it. It's so weird the way, I don't know what's going on with the Open Cup. We weren't in it, but we put like Ventura County as our representative. But I am assuming this year Ventura County will still be in it, and we will be in it. So we'll have our.
Yeah, this one is really weird
because what are they doing with?
Well,
they just can't fit all these competitions in.
As now. I'm not gonna. I don't want to get into the whole why all these different competitions popped up. Like when you're talking Leagues Cup, when you're talking Champions Cup, when you're talking CONCACAF.
Yeah, money. Okay.
Okay. Now the CONCACAF Champions Cup, is that just the new name for the CONCACAF Champions League?
Okay. It used to be called It used to be called, like late 90s, the Champions Cup.
Okay.
I don't know how long it was like that, but it started as a Champions Cup.
All right.
I believe when Galaxy won it in 2002, it was called the Champions Cup. I don't know if that was the exact date, but we won it back in 2002, I believe. It was called Champions Cup. And then they rebranded it but they rebranded it to Champions League, I think, to fall in line with,
with what Europe
UEFA's
does.
Champions League and stuff like that, because that's what it is essentially. It is a Champions League, same style. And now I don't know why which makes sense to me, because people know Champions League, and so when you say, "Oh, the Galaxy is in Champions League," but it's a local version of Champions League, not the European version of Champions League, it makes sense. It tracks.
It's just our region,
right? Version. And then they rebranded it to back to Champions Cup. I don't know why. It's weird. So now you have to explain to all your friends that Champions Cup is Champions League, which was what it used to be called.
It's really weird. But now it's really interesting because, like, with the US Open Cup being our version of the FA Cup, it's really interesting when you see, like, oh, this team won't be competing in it, but this team will, and all this stuff.
It's weird.
Whereas
that all came about because of the what's the interleague competition? Leagues Cup.
Yeah.
Leagues Cup ruined US Open Cup, which is a shame, but I really did like Leagues Cup the last 2 years. You could tell in Leagues Cup, people, those teams were playing hard. They were playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about it's a little unfair since Mexican teams are playing every game in the United States.
Yeah, that's...
and now that we have... who won it this year?
Seattle won it, right?
Seattle beat Miami, right. And Miami won it the previous year. So now we have two MLS champions. I imagine the Mexican sides are probably fighting. Maybe we should play some home and homes.
You know what? What about this? Why not? Like, what if the Open Cup was for everybody who's not in MLS, and you did Champions Cup, or not Champions Cup? I'm sorry, Leagues Cup, like an FA Cup style tournament. You just put all the teams from MLS and Liga MX into one big pot, and you just mix it up, and you have a draw.
You're talking
you have
about
a bracket.
Division 1 teams only.
Division 1 teams only. Like,
okay.
if this was the format.
That's kind of what they've been doing.
Well, no, but the problem is they play group games. Like, they put them in groups and they play it like that. I want to see just a single elimination knockout tournament exactly like the FA Cup.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways they can do it, but regardless, for next season, the Galaxy will be in US Open Cup and will not be in Leagues Cup, because Leagues Cup, which used to involve all teams from both Liga MX and MLS, is no longer that. The new format is what?
All 18 Liga MX teams, and then the 18 MLS teams that make the playoffs.
Okay. Which I guess that makes it fair, right? 18 Liga MX teams, that's how many teams they have.
That's their whole league.
MLS has 30 MLS teams, and so 12 don't make playoffs. Those 12 will not be in Leagues Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a shame, because I like Galaxy in Leagues Cup. So Open Cup doesn't do quite as well, especially in the stands. I bet you there's a monetary problem, not a monetary problem, but a monetary hit as well to not being in Leagues Cup. So,
I would imagine, because you get at least three group games,
and you make more money the further you go.
Yeah.
So, okay. So Galaxy out of Leagues Cup and into Open Cup for next year. But the next two dates you should keep in mind, whether you go or you watch on TV, is November 15th versus Copa America, and then keep an eye on that Champions Cup draw on Tuesday, December 9th, and we'll know more about it then. Okay. Let's move on to a couple academy prospects. So there's an article, youngsters, which we don't get to hear too much of. But Martinez, let's look at this article here. We have two Galaxy Academy products. It is Enrique Martinez and Mateo Chacaris. both made the U17 World Cup roster, which is on your screen now. If you're watching, if you're listening, I'm not going to read all these names, but we have two players in the U17 U.S. men's national team in the U17 World Cup. U17 World Cup is strange. I looked it up, did some research because I don't follow. You don't follow those lower levels too often. They're playing the U17 World Cup 4 consecutive years right now. This is the first of 4 consecutive years they will run a U17 World Cup, which I thought that's a little strange. Also, Mateo Chacaris, who he is the brother of Nico Chacaris, who plays for San Jose Earthquakes and just participated at the U20 World Cup that we were watching.
Soccer family.
And he plays for San Jose. And it's interesting, Nico is from Saratoga, California, which is up by San Jose. So it's weird that he didn't get grabbed by the San Jose Academy, but Galaxy somehow got him down in the Galaxy Academy. But I will take it for sure. Schedule for this. Let me see if I can get the schedule. The schedule is so weird. And this is like kind of what happens at lower levels is you go to US Soccer's website for this. Mm-hmm. They don't list times. They say to be determined. Google says, well, we determined them. And I found 2 different times. And I tried to look up coverage. Where can you see these games? And I get all kinds of different answers as well. So I'm not sure. What I can tell you is that United States is in a group with Burkina Faso. I don't know where that's at. Czech Republic and Tajikistan. And
that's Tajikistan.
Tajikistan. Yeah. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
I knew that, but I was just checking to make sure you knew that. Okay, and so that's our group, and we play on Wednesday, November 5th, Saturday, November 8th, and Tuesday, November 11th. So those are all coming up in the next week here. And you can watch all those. They're all in the morning, our time, Pacific Standard Time, West Coast, 7:15 a.m., all around 7 a.m., basically. Mm-hmm. So get to work early, turn on. And I don't know where you can watch them. I have, on my notes here, I have
basically
Peacock.
Just Peacock.
But then there was other sites that said, it's not on Peacock, it's on FS2. Anyways, I'm sure you'll find it. It'll be on TV somewhere. And you can watch 2 of our youngsters play and see how good they are. And hopefully we could see them on the first team.
I love watching the younger.
It's like more pure soccer, play. Isn't it? It's like
well, so last year I had the pleasure of going to went to the Olympics last year, and we saw 2 of the US's Olympic soccer games, and I just love watching those guys play, and it's cool because at least on the Olympic team you start seeing guys who are kind of a crossover. So like Gianluca Busio was on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Tanner Tessman, who is now one of the best.
They're just ballers,
or
at
least I don't know if he's one of the best statistically, but he gets a lot of praise in Italy. Seeing some of those guys play is just
it's good. And I'm going to be paying more attention now than I used to, because now that we're doing this and we're talking like this, I really want to track those players and see how they're doing. Yeah. We also have another player that was called in, not for U.S. National team. This is not in your notes. I found this. This came out today. Colin Mullins, who's 15 years old, plays for the he's in the Galaxy system. He got called into the Armenian national team for the U17 World Cup. Yeah. So we have 3 guys that'll be participating next week at the U17 World Cup. And so check it out. Find out what it is. Definitely follow the U.S. men's national team and maybe tune into the Armenian national team to see 15-year-old Colin Mullins and how he does. So
it's nice because these are all names where you're like, okay, well, are we going to see them soon? Are we going to see them in a couple years?
Sure,
that'd be great.
Sure hope so. Okay, moving on. Season wrap up and look ahead. So as things are winding down, Galaxy's running a couple things. They ran 2 YouTube videos this last week. One with Cobi Jones and Marco Reus. Did you get a chance to watch any of it?
I watched part of the Marco Reus one, yes.
Okay. It wasn't. I actually. Let's take a look at this. This might start auto playing. There it is. Let me pause it. This is. I love this because I love it for a couple reasons. One, Cobi Jones is still tied to LA Galaxy, which I think is really important for clubs to have like this culture and this continuity of like legends still being involved. And it's always nice to see Cobi like around the stadium or commenting, making videos, talking to Marco Reus. Like, it's just great. I love that aspect of it.
And it's really nice because everybody who's been around the Galaxy for, a good amount of time, you say, just like with the Lakers, you say Cobi, and they're like, oh yeah, we know who that is.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it gets a reaction out of people. It gets a reaction out of diehard Galaxy fans who have watched Cobi Jones be on some of those iconic teams. If you ask my dad, his reaction when he hears Cobi Jones is he kind of wants to vomit because he's a UCLA Bruin. And
he walked on to UCLA's team as a freshman.
He did, but my dad being the former college soccer player he is, absolutely hated UCLA because he had to play against them.
Of course.
So,
but Cobi Jones, I mean, it's just so great. He's charismatic. He's Galaxy through and through, and he's still around the club. I love that.
He's on the broadcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time with Joe Totino. And I also, I mean, it's not going to happen. He still does. Landon Donovan's running that podcast video type show with Tim Howard now. And you could tell, I mean, Landon Donovan's still Galaxy through and through. I wish he was around the club more. I think he's more ambitious. I think he has a bigger picture. I think we'll see him coach at some point at the highest level, maybe for Galaxy.
Landon Donovan or Cobi?
Landon Donovan. I don't think Cobi was interim coach after Siggy Schmidt, I believe it was, when he got let go. Cobi Jones was interim manager coach for, I don't know, 5-6 games before Bruce Arena was brought in. Mm-hmm. Cobi Jones coached the last couple of years down in San Diego for their USL team.
Okay.
Landon Donovan did. Did I say Cobi Jones?
You said Cobi Jones.
Landon Donovan has been coaching. So, I don't know. I would love to see Landon Donovan also get more connected to the club in like an more like an ambassador role. Way. Yeah. It'd be great because I loved Landon.
Do you think Cobi Jones really likes being an ambassador, or do you think there's an itch of like, hey, maybe get me down on the sideline, maybe get me in that technical area?
I don't think so. I think Cobi loves being an ambassador of the LA Galaxy. I think that's what he sees himself doing. And watch it, it's great. I'm going to put it in the show notes, a link to it, but it's an hour long.
He is really good at it.
It's good. And it's always good to see like just a piece on a player like Marco Reus and you get to know him a little bit more. I'm going to talk about a couple things that he brought up. He mentions Fagundes. It's the only player that he mentions on the Galaxy without being prompted to mention a player, which I think, again, speaks to the Fagundes' locker room. I think he's just really well liked in the locker room. I think he goes out of his way to make sure everyone's welcome, and he's kind of a glue in that locker room. His contract's up, and we might get to that a little later, but he does mention a gift from Diego Fagundes, so I think he's probably pretty close with Diego Fagundes. He mentions his competitive spirit and how tough it was going through that beginning part of the season, and how he would look back and go like, why are we losing? What are we doing? And he makes mention of something which I've always done as a coach and now as a fan. Like, what small mistakes are we making that are leading to these losses? Because I think a lot of times people, when they watch games, they're only watching the ball go in, and they're seeing, let's say like, oh, Yoshida got beat, in a foot race, the ball goes in, Yoshida's fault. And I don't think a lot of people look, okay, but how'd we lose the ball? Oh, this is not true, but let's just say, Paintsel gave it up cheaply. You could track that mistake all the way back to Paintsel giving it up cheaply. And sure, Yoshida's involved, but it starts someplace. And I've always been, as a coach, a fan of analyzing plays in that way because you want to cut down on the small mistakes because those small mistakes they become larger mistakes. So he mentions kind of the fact that the Galaxy in the beginning of the season were making too many of these small mistakes, and those small mistakes ended up leading to goals. So I thought that was a good take. He was asked things he would change. He didn't say anything big about it. Did you get to this far? He mentions a couple of things. One, they said, what would you change about MLS or the Galaxy, like if you could? He just mentions being utterly confused about the league rules in terms of DPs and salary and TAM and GAM.
Oh wow.
It's
like we talked about all
and
that.
I do think that causes a rift between us and players and us, as in I'm saying the league MLS and players and MLS and fans. It's really hard to decipher what's going on. And when you're trying to get a player in, and a player like Marco Reus comes here and goes, man, we really need to strengthen. And you tell Marco Reus, we can't.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. We could try and get this extra monopoly money over here. If we do that, he's like, what are we talking about? Just go get a player. We can't. Salary caps are not a thing in Europe, let alone the salary system that we have, which is some kind of 4-tier salary system with fake money being passed around and traded. And
well, what I was gonna say, we also have a little bit later. But yeah, it also creates a big gap between our league that we want to grow, we want to be taken seriously, but we're not gonna follow what everybody else does. Yeah. And again, to a certain extent, like we follow a lot of European stuff, and yes, Europe doesn't really have that same salary cap, quote unquote salary cap. But they have rules in place so that you can't just go spend $1 billion.
Yeah, they have FIFA fair play rules.
Yeah, the financial fair play, stuff like that.
Ask Manchester City about that.
This is Galaxy podcast. We don't talk about we don't talk about that. We mention it, but I get where he's coming from with. Yeah, you come in and you've been playing in a top tier league. You've been playing in some of the biggest competitions in the world, and it's like, hey, you know what? We really need this player. I know we do. Can't do anything about it.
Nope. Can't do it.
And it's
weird.
Utterly confusing.
It's weird. So how can someone like Marco Reus help the team and even understand like the team building mechanic? It's just impossible. Yeah. So he mentions that. And then he mentions, which I thought was kind of interesting, he mentioned just making small changes to improve the club. Like he mentions the food and the gym and the recovery rooms and the recovery process and getting that kind of on par with big European clubs so that when someone comes over, it's like, oh, yeah. So, I mean, I could see that though, right? We're not Dortmund. I'm sure they have a much better clubhouse, also recovery room, weight room, food for the players.
Also, Borussia Dortmund has been doing this for a heck of a lot longer than the Galaxy even existed. Right. But I get where he's coming from, because if you want to attract these players, like you're seeing some of these big European players going to Miami, LAFC. Thomas Muller just went to Vancouver, and you're like, why can't we do this? And if it's coming down to small things, obviously big things like league rules, that's the league rules. Like everybody has to follow.
This year we were kind of stuck.
And everybody has to follow them to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But
we're stuck. We were stuck.
Yeah.
To that point, well, I'm not going to get into it.
But now I can definitely see if take Thomas Muller for example. Okay. We're not saying he did this, but if he goes and his good friend who he's played against and with is in LA, and say the money thing wasn't an issue. Say you had the money to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, come see it. And Thomas Muller is used to being in Bayern Munich, he top tier, absolutely everything. Yeah. And he goes to Vancouver and he sees something that looks extremely similar, and then comes to the Galaxy and goes, this isn't even on par with another MLS team.
I don't think it's that bad though. I mean, I just don't think it's good.
Obviously, we don't know.
Yeah.
But if it's one of these things,
they do stadium tours now,
But do we get to forget about a stadium tour? Like a day in the life of, okay, I have to wake up, I go to training. This is my This is when I get there. This is what's being served to me. This is what I have to work out in. This is what my recovery.
It's a big change from European. I mean, coming here from Europe is huge, right?
1,000%.
You have the traffic. Let's start with the negatives, right? You have the traffic, which is just insane. You're not living close to the training grounds. You're living further away.
Well, that's also a personal preference.
Sure, but Reus, for example, talked about he lives in Newport, I believe.
Yeah,
he wants to live in a nice place. I mean, he deserves it, right? And now he's got to drive 45 minutes in traffic to training. Mm-hmm. The airfare, I mean, the air time and the travel time in the air is just something that they are just not used to. But you know what Galaxy does have? Sun and weather.
Yes,
we can offer European players.
Yeah, that's and especially having spent his entire career in Germany
in the rain, essentially.
Oh gosh. Well, now speaking about the air travel and everything, did you see that comparison they did? They took all the playoff teams and they overlaid it over England and continental Europe.
Oh gosh,
and it's crazy.
Yeah.
That span. Everything. People don't.
They have no. Those European teams don't even come close.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in Champions League. They're going to different continents. Not even close.
Yeah, well, it's like oh yeah, we got to go from Spain to what? Because Real Madrid just played that one country out in.
Yeah, it sounds far when you say it, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not like LA traveling to New York to play a game and then back to LA to play a game, then back to Vancouver the next week, and then it's crazy.
Yeah. What is that saying? The European mind couldn't comprehend. The European mind couldn't even comprehend what we have.
Yeah, they can't. So and then he mentioned he's got something to do with the Baller League, which is in UK now. Have you seen these games? This Baller League game.
I haven't seen the Baller League one, but I've seen that peak. I've seen PKs.
It's the same one.
Oh, is it?
It's the same one, but they have different leagues, right? So, they have one in like Spain, I guess, in that area. Because who started that?
Gerard Piqué did.
Yeah, Piqué is one of the guys, and it's expanded to UK now, and he mentioned it's coming to US next year. It's pretty fun to watch, man.
Okay.
And this season starts in the UK season starts in 4 days. So check it out. It's pretty interesting. It's like 5v5, 6v6. There was a time, I don't know what happened, but they get to play these cards. Like they get to play cards that says like, I get to take their best player off the field, and then that guy has to leave the field. There was a time a team got a PK and the other team played a card or something. The announcer had to come down and take the PK, and he scored. It is just pure entertainment soccer, and they're good. They're not bad players either. This is not like we're not taking ourselves seriously. This is like
former.
It'll go from 6v6 to 3v3 to 1v1 in the span of like 5 minutes. You're like, what is happening? And you're all of a sudden you're seeing this 1v1 happen between these two guys, and they're dying, and then it goes back to 6v6. And then it's interesting. It is very fun to watch. And MLS is over for us, so maybe check out this league. They stream it on Twitch a lot, so check it out. It is a fun league, and Marco Reus has something to do with it. He's not the coach, but he's in charge of the team. He's either president,
like a general manager or an owner.
He's not the owner. I think general manager is probably the best thing today. Maybe he's putting the team together. They're using him to kind of in his contacts to kind of make a team.
Got it.
And attaching his name to this team. So it was interesting, but I just thought I brought that up because if you haven't seen it, it is crazy fun. To watch. Season recap. I just want to take a look at this real quick. I spent a lot of time on this because I wanted to. And this is the team records list here. And this year was our worst year.
Ever.
People will claim no because if you look at what year is this? The Kurt Onalfo year, which was 2017. It was close. We were at 0.94 points per game, and we took the wooden spoon. So we took last. So you might argue, well, we didn't take last this year. But I don't think that's That's not relevant because you're comparing yourself to yourself, right? You're not comparing yourself to how bad other teams are. Just because other teams were worse than us this year doesn't mean we weren't our worst this year. And so this year we were at 0.82 points per game, the lowest points per game ever in Galaxy history, the lowest goal difference ever, and the lowest amount of points ever, barring the COVID year where we didn't play that many games. So it was, I think, without a doubt, for me, this was our worst year.
That's
ever.
That's easy to see. I mean, the numbers show it.
Yeah,
the numbers show it.
It's there. So I'm just keeping track of this, and I don't know. It was interesting. Bruce Arena coached for a while. Greg Vanney, by the way, I think now the Greg Vanney years here,
those last 5
are like Bruce Arena had a good run here. We all love those eras, but Greg Vanney looks like he's the next. He's about to become like the next, like coach associated with Galaxy. Everyone else is like a 1 year off, right? Anolfo Schmidt had 2 short stints. Schelotto, get the heck out of my club. Frank Yallop, Steve Sampson had a 2.5 year stint. And Vanney's coming back, so his name's going to be on this list quite a bit.
Well, because there are three managers that have won an MLS Cup.
Well, I can tell you that, but I have it right here. Greg Vanney won 1, and Bruce Arena won 2. Steve Sampson won.
Okay, so 4.
And Siggy Schmidt won.
Okay, so 4.
Schmidt, Sampson, Bruce, and Vanney all have the cups.
And if you asked about iconic managers of the LA Galaxy, I don't know if... I mean, I guess Greg Vanney now that he has one, but then the other 2 are Bruce Arena and Siggy Schmidt.
Bruce Arena and Siggy Schmidt are the 2 that come to mind right away, right?
Yeah.
Siggy Schmidt, Bruce Arena.
I didn't even know Steve Sampson had a MLS
Oh, you
Cup.
didn't?
No. No. Because, again...
That's because Steve Sampson... it came off the rails real fast, man. I mean, he won. By the way, when he won, Steve Sampson won in 2005 with LA Galaxy. We were 4th in our conference and 9th overall when we won that year. So we weren't supposed to win MLS Cup that year, and we did.
Good for him.
And then the next year, he got fired midway through the season.
Okay.
So he kind of stole an MLS Cup there, I think.
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
That's true. And he got it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Next, in the Galaxy news, we have another YouTube video, this was a short one. Again, this is by Galaxy's main account, if you want to go. It's the Our Galaxy episode 30. They did 30 of these this year, which is great. I love the fact that they did these this year. This one... They basically, what is this? This is a 3-minute video that involves Will Kuntz, Harbor Miller, and Greg Vanney. Which basically they all just kind of say, like, we're just looking forward to next year. Will Kuntz, which I guess this is true. Will Kuntz is trying to be positive. I mean, his job's probably on the line, so he's going to try and spin it a little bit. But he applauds the team's commitment at the end of the season, right? They could have given up, and they didn't. We saw that last week. Their record, if I think I could bring that back up, actually. The last 21 matches were 10-7-4. So they didn't quit. They stuck with it, which I guess that's there's something to be said for that. Even though they had a bad year, they did end well, which I guess is kind of proof of concept going forward. And qualifying for the Champions Cup is a big deal. Harbor Miller just talks about, I'm looking forward to a reset. And maybe...
I like
he
that.
tries. He's not too pushy, but he's kind of saying in some more time next year. He mentioned something, but I think Harbor Miller's got to be thinking, I want more time next year. I hope next year's maybe my year where I'm on this team consistently.
I think he deserves more time.
I think he does too. Absolutely. I totally think he does. Yeah. And then Greg Vanney mentions
Club America game.
Yeah. And the need to stay sharp and shorten that off season, and there's not much there.
Well, the off season is definitely going to be shorter because if those Champions Cup games start in January,
we'll be playing games right out of 2 weeks before MLS starts, and MLS almost February, right?
Well, not only are we going to be playing games before, because again, CVI are games, but we're going to be playing competitive games that have implications on silverware.
Oh man, competitive games for our first games, it could be. I mean, it might not be the best look there.
Okay, so now that we're already talking about competitive games within the next couple months, I just want to ask one question quickly, because I'm sure in later episodes we're gonna talk about, or as we get closer to the season. But if we don't win a trophy next year in any way, shape, or form, would you consider that a failure? Just thinking about it right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, a little bit depends on what we do this offseason. I can't see the Galaxy hitting the reset button, which means they're hitting the reload button essentially. Mm-hmm. And with Ricky and the same team that won MLS Cup, I think you have to win to be considered a successful season. Something.
Now, you have to win something.
Something.
Okay.
Something. I mean, Open Cup you take.
You want MLS Cup, obviously.
That's the lowest one, right? You want Champions Cup or MLS Cup, a Shield, Supporter Shield, Western Conference Championship. I mean, you could grade them all, but you got to win something.
Yeah.
You got to win something to be considered successful, I think, next year.
Okay.
You are just a hallway right now.
What is that? Whoa, where'd that come from?
All right, so I guess the next bit we have is our last thing here is MLS teams are announcing contracts and releasing players and all kinds of stuff here. This is an Athletic article, MLS contract decision tracker, running updates on end of season roster moves. And on this list here for them, I mean, Toronto FC has already declined options and purchased options. Sporting Kansas City has declined options. Purchase options. Houston Dynamo, St. Louis City, Montreal have all already announced contracts they're not renewing and contracts they are picking up. Guess who has not? The LA Galaxy.
We have not,
of course.
Well, and so
I don't think that's. I think that's to be expected.
Yeah. Well, it is crazy because these teams, right? Sporting KC, not a playoff team. Atlanta, not a playoff team.
They're all not playoff.
They're all not playoff teams
because
and fair enough, right? But it goes to show that, hey, you know what? We want to be proactive.
Yeah.
We want to get out and get going. Maybe they've cut their ties and they said we want.
Well, not only that, these are all teams looking to just hit they're just completely rebuilding. New York Red Bulls fires their coach. Colorado fires their coach. Atlanta United fires their coach. I mean, these are teams that are they're getting rid of players. They're getting rid of coaches. So I think this just speaks to Galaxy doesn't feel the need to do that, obviously. And they're just, I'm hoping, looking to be surgical and strengthen a couple key areas. They're not looking to hit the reset button.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and so we have 7 names that are either pending option or they are not under contract for next year. We have Brady Scott, who's a goalkeeper, Christian Ramirez, Diego Fagundes, Eric Zavaleta, Isaiah Parente, John Nelson, defensive player of the year, and Miguel Antonio Berry are the 7 on that list who are either pending option or do not have a contract for next year.
And I also think this November 15th game is looming, right? So you don't have much time to make moves. So you're probably they're all on contract through December, I believe. Their contract ends in December.
Okay.
So why would you tell, let's say, Barry, for example, hey, we're not renewing you when you need bodies for November 15th? So I don't think we're going to see any movement until November 15th.
Okay.
But for our last bit here, we got about 5 minutes to go here. I was just bored and I built this because it doesn't exist.
Well, it does exist now.
Well, it does exist now. But I kind of want to track, this will save and stuff for those listening. It's just a list of Galaxy players. And with the Galaxy player, it's a player rating and the likelihood that they return to the Galaxy. So I kind of want to hit a couple key guys here, save it, and we'll update it as we go, and we'll see how good or probably how bad we are We're trying to be. I don't want this to be our opinion. I want this to be what we think the Galaxy organization is going to do.
Okay.
So we can start with Barry here. Player rating. Let's go ahead and use we all play FIFA. Let's give him a FIFA. What would your FIFA player rating for Miguel Barry be? Hold on. Let me think of mine at the same time. I have a ballpark. What would you say?
I have more than a ballpark. I have an actual number.
Okay, so do I.
Okay.
What's your number?
63.
Oh, I said 65.
Oh,
and we are going to split the difference, and we're going to rate him
64.
as 64.
Okay.
Now, Miguel Barry, his contract is up.
Yes.
So it needs to be renewed. What do you think the likelihood, percentage-wise, is of Miguel Barry returning to LA Galaxy? Not what you want.
I know.
What do you think the likelihood that LA Galaxy signs him to another contract or picks up some option that he has?
The percentage that the Galaxy will do this,
By the way, this is
it makes me nervous, but
I don't know if this is accurate. This is on Reddit from user Tadiab, who's also a moderator, I believe. But he put this nice chart here. And so if we look at Miguel Barry, it looks like we do have an optional year, according to this Reddit post on Miguel Barry. So I guess the question is, does Galaxy exercise the option and keep Miguel Barry? What are your odds that they keep Miguel Barry?
Like a 40%.
You think 40?
I think 40%.
Man, I think it's way higher than that.
Galaxy, I said 40.
I don't think we should keep him.
Oh no,
But I think the Galaxy might keep him.
That's my fear.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go 70% that he returns. So we're gonna split the difference between 40 and 70, and put it at 55% chance that he returns, and we're gonna save that value. But both of our combined opinions, looks like he is likely to return. More likely than not, but not 100%.
I wouldn't keep him. If I'm Will Kuntz, I wouldn't keep him.
I wouldn't keep him either, but there it is. Zavaleta. Let's look at, I really hope I say, I don't know, Tadiab's chart here. Zavaleta.
Down. There he is.
No option, nothing. So new contract for Zavaleta. First, player rating. Zavaleta's player rating.
Got it.
Oh, man, this is hard because I got to compare it to, I gave Barry a 65. Zavaleta? Okay, I got it. What's yours?
58.
60.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets a 59.
Nice.
Hire us, FIFA. Our ratings are probably more accurate than FIFA. We'll compare what the FIFA ratings are maybe sometime. What do you think the likelihood that Zavaleta returns?
10%. 10%.
I'm going to go less than 10%. So we're going to go at 8. I was thinking more like 5.
Okay.
There is some things. I think on Reddit someone said that he even mentioned, like, it might be this might be it for me. I think he's looking to coach. He got his coach's licenses recently.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then
So the Vanny Zavaleta era?
over.
No.
Oh,
the coaching
you're
era.
talking about coaching?
Coaching.
Ooh, no.
Ooh, no. Okay, let's do Tucker here. Tucker Lepley. He has 2 more option years, but Galaxy have to pick him up. What do you rate?
Wait, they have to pick him up?
No, they have to pick him up to keep him.
Oh, okay. No,
they have to exercise.
They have the option of keeping him.
They have the option
okay, got it.
to exercise an option on Tucker Lepley. First player rating. Think about it for a second.
Got it.
I got it. What do you got?
56.
I had 55. So
okay.
We'll just round up
Yeah,
to
like
56.
Okay.
Likelihood that Tucker Lepley returns.
2%.
Ooh, I was going to say 20. So we're going to go like 13%.
Okay. Am I just being harsh?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I just think there
are other, like, if you look at some of the players that play his position, there's a lot of people that go ahead of him. And
yeah. But I don't know. There's sometimes this time where I can see Galaxy not taking chances, too many chances. Like, oh, we're going to get rid of like 3 guys and we're going to bring Harbor Miller up, but we don't want to get rid of 7 guys, knowing that some of these guys can give some time because they're a known entity essentially. Like, we know what we can get out of Tucker Lepley. He's not going to be a surprise when we put him on the field. We know what his faults are. We know what he's good at. We know where he can slot in. We know when he can give minutes. We know what types of games he can compete in. If we get rid of him and we bring up an unknown entity, it might be worse. So I could see them not doing it on everybody. I could see them exercising some contracts just because they're known entities.
Yeah.
All right, here's a big one for us. Mauricio Cuevas, according to this.
He's down there.
He's down here?
Yeah.
2 more option years, according to this. Again, I don't know if this is accurate or not. What's his player rating? Okay, I got it.
I'm thinking how FIFA usually does FC EAFC does their player ratings. I would not be surprised if he's at like a 74.
Okay, I was going to say 75.
Oh, perfect.
I think that's high. I don't think he's rated 75 on FIFA. I bet you he's like a 60 something.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm going to give him 75. Likelihood he returns.
100%.
I'm going to say 80%.
Okay.
So that would be 90 overall, just because I think we might move him.
I could see him being a key piece in a transfer or something, or in trade or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
get some of that Monopoly TAM money, that GAM money, whatever you trade for. Okay. So we got a couple people left here. Is there any other big ones? We should do. Okay, let's do. Let's do John Nelson.
Okay.
Let's start with his likelihood to return. He's got an option year.
100%.
I think he's got an option year.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you. There's no way they let him go. No. I think he's probably pretty cheap for how he comes, and he's consistent.
And I think Vanny likes him a lot.
Player rating for John Nelson.
Got it.
All right, I got it. What do you got?
66.
I said 72, so we're going to go about
68.
68, sure. Okay, what else do we got? Okay, Diego Fagundes, likelihood to return.
See, this is difficult because
now you got to think like a Galaxy.
No, I'm with you, and it's very difficult because
now on Reddit, a lot of people are like us, but Reddit's negative to begin with, right? Not a lot of positive people post stuff on Reddit. Reddit is rife with people that want him to leave as well for kind of the same reasons we do. He's a good player, but he's expensive.
Yeah, I would say like 50-50.
Okay. I think I'm going to agree with you, man, because I don't know what the Galaxy's thinking, so I'm going 50-50.
Okay.
Player rating.
72.
I have him higher. I was thinking like 77, 78, so let's go like 75.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Well,
Christian Ramirez is out of contract.
Christian Ramirez is out of contract. Likelihood to return.
I'm going to say 65%.
Ooh.
And I have a very specific reason. Because I think if they move some of these other players and they say, okay, let's see what happens if we combine Christian Ramirez, a healthy Christian Ramirez and a healthy Ricky.
Okay.
Let's see what could happen.
I disagree with you. I'm literally on the other side. So we're going to say 50%.
Okay, well, 50-50. Did you say 0%?
No, you're at 60. I'm probably at like 30. So I'm like on the other side of the same spectrum. Just inversely proportional to you. Player rating. Okay, I got it.
70.
I said 65.
Okay.
So we'll go like 67.
Okay.
Who else do we have here? Isaiah Parente. Where's Parente at? I think he's down here. 2 more option years.
2 more team option years.
2 more team option years. What do you think?
30%.
Wow. I'm inversely proportional to you on this one too. I'm almost at 100% because I think this is one of those guys. They know what he can do, and I don't think they want to hit the reset button completely So I think they're going to keep him.
Okay.
I'm almost at 100%. I would say 90% on him.
Wow.
So I think that's going to slide to about 60.
Okay.
What do you think Parente's rating is? Okay, I got it.
62.
Oh my gosh, bro.
We're on the same wavelength.
62, baby. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yes. Julian Aude. Likelihood to return. Aude, well, I mean, he has 2 more years on his contract.
So are we going to say returning now or returning?
We're going to say like
ends?
he's going to play next year for Galaxy. They're not going to move him. Like he will be a Galaxy player next year.
Ooh. Yeah, I think Vanny likes him too much. I think that's 100%.
I think it's less than 100. I'm going to put it around 60, so we're going to put it around
75.
75. Player rating for Julian Aude. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
What do you got?
Another 62.
Wow. I went way higher. I went like 72. So we're going to go like high 60s.
No, because if
I love Julian Aude.
yes, I know you do. Well, and also I'm thinking of how like EAFC does their player ratings. MLS teams, unless you are like they gave Ricky after last year coming off of an insane run.
Their
like
rankings are insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Ricky was at like his best prime time stuff like that, other than like a special.
Yeah.
Was not even an 80. He was at like a 78, 79.
All right. Let's get through these last group here. We're not going to player rate them. We'll do that maybe later or off screen. Yamane has another year on his contract. Likelihood they move him or they keep him. What do you think?
They're 100% keeping him.
I think close to 100. So I'm going to say like 95. I'm at like 90%. Yeah. Yoshida has 1 more year on his contract. Likelihood they keep him.
They're going to, yes, 100%.
I'm at 100% too, but I'm going to put it to 99, Chris, because nothing's 100%. Okay. Zonka. He has 1 more year on his contract. Do they buy it out? Do they move him? Do they do something to Zonka? Or do they keep him?
Oh. Do they do it? 60%.
I'm higher. I'm like 80% they're going to keep him, so we're going to keep that at a cool 70.
Yeah.
Nascimento, loan is over. They'd have to come to terms with the team again.
0.
I
don't think they do it.
Chris, that's a 1 because nothing's 0. My slider doesn't even go to 0.
Okay.
I don't know why it goes to 100, but maybe because when they announce a contract, I can move it to 100.
1%.
I'm at like 30%. So we're going to go with like 15. Marco Reus has 1 more year on his contract. I would have said something different if I did not watch the Inside Galaxy episode the Cobi interview. Seems like he's happy here.
Yeah, 100%.
Nothing's 100%.
Okay, 99.
99. Is that everybody?
That's it.
That's everybody. Besides the big people, Paintsel, Peck, Pood.
The triple P.
Yeah, we could add those in later, but I'm going to save this just so we can keep track, and we'll keep updating this, how we feel the season's going. I don't think we're going to hear anything until that November 15th game is over. But there you go. Wow, it was a no game, nothing to talk about, but there was quite a bit of Galaxy news, so
yeah,
we made it happen.
Yeah, and now that unless there is some big breaking news and everything, we've got a few really cool things in the works.
Right. We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun.
Yeah.
There's always stuff to talk about with the Galaxy.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool.
Stuff to do. So that's it. That's episode 5. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment. Hit a like. Hit the subscribe. Do all those things, But like we say, we're going to do it whether you listen or watch or not.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, I do appreciate it, though.
We really appreciate it.
And we'll see you next episode.
See you guys.